Daniel Evans was a simple man, a retired firefighter who'd spent 30 years serving his community. He lived alone in a small, quiet neighborhood in Maple Ridge, a peaceful suburb where everyone knew each other. He was known for his kindness, his calm voice, and his willingness to help. That peace was shattered the day Karen Thompson moved in next door with her teenage son, Jason. She was loud, demanding, and thought the world revolved around her son. Jason was 18, spoiled by luxury, and drove a red Porsche gifted by his mother's wealthy boyfriend. At first, Daniel didn't mind the noise or the flashy car. But soon, Jason began parking in his driveway every morning before school. Daniel assumed it was a mistake. He smiled, waved, and asked politely if Jason could move his car. Jason rolled his eyes. "It's just a driveway, old man. Relax." The first time, Daniel laughed it off. The second time, he left a note. The third time, he called the police. But when the officers arrived, Karen came outside in her silk robe, pretending to cry. "He's just a kid," she said sweetly. "You're overreacting." And just like that, they left, leaving Daniel feeling invisible in his own home. The next few weeks became unbearable. Jason parked there almost every morning, sometimes blocking Daniel's car completely. He'd rev the engine, blast music, and laugh with his friends as Daniel stood helplessly on his porch. One morning, Daniel tried again. "Jason, please. I need to get to my doctor's appointment." "You're blocking my driveway," Jason smirked. "Then call your doctor and tell him your driveway's taken." Karen joined in from her porch, sipping coffee. "Maybe you should get up earlier if you want to use your driveway, Daniel," she said with a fake smile. Daniel felt the anger rise inside him, but he bit his tongue. He'd faced worse in life, burning buildings, real emergencies. But this humiliation, this constant disrespect in his own home, cut deeper. He started documenting everything: photos, videos, dates, and even police reports that went nowhere. Neighbors noticed but stayed silent. Nobody wanted to get involved with Karen's drama. Then one evening, it went too far. Daniel returned home to find spray paint on his fence. "Move out, old man!" His heart sank. His hands trembled. He looked at the camera footage. It was Jason and two of his friends laughing as they defaced his property. That night, Daniel couldn't sleep. Every minute replayed in his mind. The laughter, the insults, the police brushing him off. He realized that kindness was being mistaken for weakness. The next morning, Jason parked there again, smirking as if daring Daniel to react. Daniel looked at the car, the shiny red Porsche glinting in the sunlight, and made a decision. He walked to his garage, opened the door, and pulled out the key to his old construction loader, a heavy-duty machine he still used occasionally for home projects, the same loader that could lift a small car like a toy. Karen was on her porch, phone in hand, filming. "Daniel, what do you think you're doing?" He didn't answer. He started the loader, the engine growling to life, shaking the ground beneath him. Jason laughed, thinking it was a joke. Then Daniel lowered the bucket, rolled forward slowly, and pressed down. The sound of twisting metal echoed through the street. The Porsche folded like paper. The entire neighborhood came running. Karen screamed, "You've lost your mind! That's my son's car!" Daniel climbed down from the loader, calm and steady. "Your son has been parking here illegally for months," he said quietly. "You've been warned, Karen." The police arrived minutes later, lights flashing. Karen sobbed dramatically, demanding Daniel's arrest. But Daniel had come prepared. He handed them a folder, neatly organized with every photo, every report, every ignored complaint. When the officers reviewed the evidence, their tone changed. "Sir, this seems to have been going on for a while," one said. Karen's voice cracked. "You can't possibly justify this." The officer turned to her. "Ma'am, your son's car was on private property without permission. You ignored multiple warnings. Technically, this is property damage, but under the circumstances, it's a civil matter." Jason's face turned pale. His arrogance melted into silence. Daniel nodded. "Next time, maybe you'll think before stepping on someone else's peace." The crowd was silent. Even Karen had no words left. In the days that followed, news spread fast. Videos of Daniel crushing the Porsche went viral, turning him into an unexpected internet hero. Headlines read, "Man finally teaches entitled teen a lesson after weeks of harassment." Some said he went too far. Others said it was about time someone stood up to privilege and arrogance. Karen tried to sue, but the footage, along with months of reports, told a clear story. The case was dismissed. Jason's Porsche was reduced to scrap metal, and soon after, they both moved away, unable to bear the humiliation. For Daniel, it wasn't about revenge. It was about peace. For months, he'd lived under constant stress, made to feel small in a place that was supposed to be his refuge. Now, each morning when he stepped outside, he saw nothing but his empty driveway and the golden sunrise breaking over the quiet street. He'd lost nothing, but regained everything that mattered: his dignity, his peace, and his voice. Sometimes justice doesn't come from the law. Sometimes it comes from the courage to say enough. He looked at the space where the Porsche once sat and whispered, "Respect is earned, not inherited." And finally, he smiled, because silence at last was victory. What did you think about this story? Where are you watching from? Which city or country? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more inspiring stories. Take care.